Hi, I'm Victoria Condon with Maine Real Estate. I'm here with Gary, and Gary is an industry expert and, well, Gary, so online portals like Zillow and some of the other websites that give valuations to homes. What are you thinking about them?
Well, I think they have some use, but they're probably most useful in more suburban environments. And what we know about here in Maine, it's not your typical suburban environment. So Zillow and others would collect those data points and use some algorithms to kind of develop a valuation of the property. But here, there's so many other factors that come into play in determining the value of a property. And I like to think about the uniqueness and desirability of a property as well.
So you're saying Maine is different than some of the suburban areas?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if I have a house in Maine and I use one of those website portals, will the information be incorrect?
No, it isn't necessarily saying that's going to be incorrect, but the information that they're going to record is more relative to the metrics of the property, such as number of rooms, number of bathrooms, etc. So in that environment, it's a pretty good predictor. But here in Maine, it's a different situation. It may be, Zillow may be a starting point and a reference point, but I don't know that it should be used entirely to give you the complete picture of the valuation of the property.
So as a Maine real estate professional, what are you looking at that's different than what the online portals are looking at?
Well, Victoria, if I think about my average client, many folks are coming to Maine for lifestyle. A lot of folks coming here for retirement. I see that quite a bit. And what they're looking for is something that speaks to them, that they're going to have a lot of pride in ownership. And in that situation, as I mentioned, it's more about what's the desirability of that property. So for instance, many of the homes here in Maine were built in the Victorian period. And we all love them because of their beautiful Victorian charm, the wide plank pine floors and all of that. So one of the things that are really important to my buyers is have those architectural details been retained in the property? Have they been respected through the decades of renovation, etc.? Those are the sort of things that I think are really, really important to my clients.
So when you're valuing a property for a seller, you'd be looking at some of those extra details to make sure you have the right representation for a buyer?
Yeah, exactly. So, we'll look at both how is the house designed, how was it originally designed, how has it evolved during time. In many cases, it's the proximity to the water, because the waterfront is one of those metrics,
absolutely.
But water can be a lot of different things. It can be oceanfront, it could be a tidal cove, it could also be lakefront property, it could be on a stream, so a private pond. So there's lots of things that come into play when you really think about the valuation of the property.
Sounds great.